Mercy sees all.
Hi everyone, my name is Bruce Schwartz. Thanks a lot for taking the time to check out the research and for stopping by. We're going to invert. No, we're going to do a negative. What's that going in the ground? This is sinus iridum. You see colors at the back. I just wanted to show you my first negative. I don't think I've showed you guys any or very many of them. Here's Marimbrium. Bonjour tout le monde. Voici où ce qu'ils disent qu'ils ont atterri Apollo 11. On va voir une surface magnifique avec une atmosphère. Vous allez comprendre la vidéo, c'est sûr, certain. Je m'en essaie de pas trop parler beaucoup, puis je m'en essaie de mettre de la musique. Mais vous allez au moins comprendre que c'est la surface de la Lune qu'on voit. On baisse l'intensité de la lumière comme ceci pour voir la surface. So, with the exposure down, this is the surface of the moon. There's no manipulation or trickery, and there's no filter needed. Just simple exposure taken down. A lot further out, and we're seeing the little craters or areas that are very bright that are supposedly ejecta. Well, they're shining by themselves, and I'm trying to tell many people that it is not the sun that is causing this to reflect that way, and that's what I believe, right? I'm not trying to go against science, okay? But I'm trying to use some common sense, and I think maybe, I don't know, science was written maybe too quickly or for a reason that way. Enjoy the video, everyone. This used to be really hard to explain, but I've explained it so many times. Watch this. We're looking at structuring, natural or not. There's a line. Look at the two between the two right arrows. They're going face to face across this massive unknown structural, natural or not, object. Let's leave it at that. Now this one, I want you to see that it is crossing paths, the two yellow arrows with the two white arrow line. Proof it is not ejected on the surface. I'm telling you, this is up in the air, and these light sources is what the lines are going to and from, possibly an energy source. Maybe that's what's making the moon so bright. More pipes and tunnels just over to the right. Again, Copernicus is on the top left. You see between the two yellow arrows, look at the purple arrow pointing at another line, and watch this. There's even what looks like a break in one of the connections. And again, this is just theory, but watch me get the circle up. You could see that there's parts where you could see the connections are not touching. And amongst that, just look around. There's just a whole lot of constructed massive, massive objects. A regular green filter. Look at the yard-like object. There's that object on the left that we saw under Copernicus, and right beside it here. Why would it look like a yard? And meaning, why would there be long stretches, high rising off holes in the ground? Obviously, it looks like some type of a mining operation when you look at it that way, and in quite the massive scale. I like showing this. This is the surface of the moon, obviously seen from a bit further out. I want to show you guys what it looks like, and I've shown this many a times, but maybe some people have missed it. I'm going to show it again. The lights that are active right now in front of us on the moon, I believe, are not reflection of the sun. Not entirely, most likely. And we could really see that, like just here on Earth, when the ISS space station supposedly goes over Earth and shows us how bright the surface is with all these lights. Well, that's exactly what it seems that we're looking at now. Just an amazing surface, bringing down the intensity of the exposure. There's no filter here. And you can see the surface like it had a lens, a polarized lens if you want, and they're light sources. It's a burning, oscillating, whatever, combusting energy on the surface of the moon. Here are lights, and this is Aristarchus crater, by the way, and that's what we're looking at: lights, movement, activity. We want to see activity. Well, the activity is there, and that's exactly what we're seeing. It's not easy to see the activity on the surface. Say to yourself, when you go up just in a plane here on Earth, you're not even up 4,000 feet and you don't see your house or even recognize your entire town. That's how hard it is to see overhead views of the surface. But once you start understanding it, just no doubt about it. UFOs on the surface, one of the things that were, gosh, so hard to catch because, of course, you have to catch them, right? Slowing it down, and you can see it's dark in the background there because obviously I take down the exposure to be able to capture these objects. Here again, along the edge of the darkness on the Terminator line, what looks like, wow, I don't know, biological creatures. I have no idea what they are, but all I do know, the crater is going by in black, by the way, on the other side. So what, jellyfish? This is in and out of clouds. Probably one of my favorite captures I've ever caught, and it was just less than 365 days ago, or about that. This is a UFO, going towards a crater. Something just came out of it in the center. It's letting off a yellowish light or gas, very, very bright, without filters right here. Here again, UFOs traveling in different directions. We see different shapes, sizes, forms, and one of them's inside the clouds on the left bottom, and on the right, it's over top of the clouds going east, the other one's going west. So again, trying to find proof of directional changes, and not just that, they're actually crossing paths on the surface. And no, it's not satellites in the sky that I'm capturing, I'm too zoomed in. See the triangle on the surface? This is exactly beside the Rima Hyginus crater just over top that I showed in yesterday's video, which, by the way, I hope you appreciated yesterday's view of Hyginus crater. We're seeing the surface of what they declare being a volcanic chamber that would have imploded, and I mean, it's just amazing to get a chance to see it all. Each planet has its own atmosphere. Events are happening through wavelengths that our eyes cannot perceive. Surface structures have the same reflectivity, also blinding cameras, telescopes, whatever devices that are trying to get the surface. By enhancing, fine-tuning, and high dynamic ranges, being able to clarify and enhance my astrophotography without manipulating the surface in any way, revealing this amazing archaeological finding that will rock the world, entirely changing us forever and changing the way we see ourselves. Air Serenitatis, other squares on the surface that we talk about, those canopy-like covers. They'd be big as very big. It'd be a pretty big canopy. Aristelis crater. We're going to talk about that crater. Let the exposure come up here a bit, go down I should say. There it is, a square. Do you find it not odd that it runs off the edge of the crater, yet we could still see through the crater, sorry. And, you know, these squares are seen in and over many areas. I've showed them a couple of videos back too. I've been trying to deliberately show many of these strange features on the surface, including that mysterious circle that we saw the other day. Geometrical shapes, triangles standing up also. I've missed a few yesterday in the video myself that I saw, even forgot to mention. Here again, Aristelis, you could see simple inversion. Look at the square alongside of the crater. No obligation on your part, but if you want to take a chance to check out my featured channels, I'm sure they'll be really pleased. Thank you for liking this video and taking the time to subscribe and sharing it on other platforms.
This is Houston. Say again, please. Houston, we've had a problem.
For anything and everything, for whatever the reason you want to send me something, P.O. Box 341 in Valleyfield, Quebec. The postal code is J6S4V6. My name is Bruce Swartz.